And we are live.
Yeah.
That's right. Man, I bet you didn't see that coming. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Doogle and Coach. I'm Coach, and this is
Dougal.
Doogle.
Yes, sir.
How
What's
you
going
doing,
on?
Doogle? It's been a minute.
Oh man, it's been too long, bro. Missed you, bro.
I missed you too, brother. We left the people without a good pod to step to, as they say.
Yeah. Hey, life happens. Life does happen.
It is good. One thing you can consider, though, we will always be back to give you a little bit of chat with, you consider us your brothers, your uncles, hopefully not your grandparents.
Friends, confidants.
Friends. We'll take that. Friends. That's right.
Bounce back game is always in full effect.
That's right. Even if we drop for however long, we'll come back and give you a good pod to step to. How you been, brother?
Oh man, I've been up and down like a roller coaster, my guy. It's been
What?
January was a very emotional roller coaster. My son turned 3. Crazy.
Wow.
Crazy.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you. Which also meant that I've been living at this residence for 3 years, also. Um,
Wow.
and work has been work. Some new changes are on the horizon, and the
Uh-huh.
boy is in the muck of it. For lack of a better phrase. So, I'm getting hit from all sides, but hey, man, a wise man once said, I don't know who that guy is. He may be on this call right now, but I stand strong in the face of adversity.
That is fantastic. That deserves a but I mean, all the things you just said that's a lot of really good stuff, man. It
Yeah,
just
man,
might be kind of like, wow, I can't believe we're here. A little surreal, maybe.
surreal, and I guess it's the uncertainty of all the different things happening. Like there's so much, and a lot of energy goes into these things. So
Yeah,
feeling kind of drained sometimes, but
yeah.
you know,
And it's the beginning of the year. I think sometimes we can fall into that period of like we just came off a period of maybe reflection and now a
mhm,
period of like creating new energy and like
mhm.
to have it be a whole full journey, everything coming full circle, man. First and foremost, congratulations. Secondly, man, that's a lot of stuff. If that's what's going on in terms of things you got going on,
Mhm.
blessed man, my brother.
I am blessed, and that's another thing I'm working on is being grateful. And just cause things could be worse, bro. Honestly, so I do try to give thanks every day.
Got an
Yes,
idea.
sir. Let's do it.
This is the ideal bulb flash.
All right.
Blues, please. Ideal. All right, hey guys, please don't cancel me. So the idea that I was going to say is we need to come up with and sell package gratitude rocks.
Package gratitude rocks.
Yes, these are rocks that are taken from maybe a spiritual part of the earth.
Mm,
Maybe Mesopotamia. The
okay.
fertile, what do they call it? The Fertile Crescent, and package them as gratitude rocks. Send it to folks, and when they feel it in their pocket, they give gratitude.
You know, that's not too bad of an idea. I don't know how I feel about shipping out rocks, but
we could take this
I'm
to
all right.
Shark Tank.
Yeah. Let's take it to Shark Tank. See what Mark Cuban think.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you steal that, just cut us in. We'll take like 45%. That's it, nothing more.
Hey, I'll take 35. I don't know what this dude talking about. I'm being
Speaking of
grateful.
speaking of being coming full circle and bringing things around, LeBron 36
Oh,
points away from Kareem. Thoughts?
first of all, I saw a stat the other day, bro, where his MVP season numbers aren't even. They're almost the same, if not better, in this season
That,
right now that he's going on with.
that's
And I'm
incredible.
like, dude, that's 10 years apart, man. This dude is and like the what should be the dwindling phase of one's career is still dominated.
39,
This dude is gonna break
38,
the
38.
this dude is gonna shatter that record, and he's gonna be around a while. And I it's that's something surreal to say I've witnessed in my lifetime as someone that peak performance for so long.
Right, right. And I was listening to a couple of doctors and trainers and coaches talk about his longevity this week, and they always everybody kind of just like throws their hands up, right? It's
Mm.
like that LeBron, he's a freak. I don't know what's going on, right? I'm like, can't we maybe ask him a couple more questions? Like, I'm interested in hey LeBron, what do you do? Like they act like this is a giant black box, but we would get it to the bottom of that in the sense of I want to know what Tom Brady, LeBron, like what are you guys really doing on a day-to-day basis for you to have such longevity? Because
Hmm.
those are two, you can make the argument that LeBron is, some genetic unicorn,
Hmm.
but you can't make that argument for Tom Brady. So there must be something going on, and to some extent, you could put. Would you agree with Serena being in that boat as well, or no?
Serena, Messi, Ronaldo. Yes,
Ronaldo, that's true. That's true. Who's played longer, Ronaldo or Messi?
Ronaldo, I believe.
Okay, yeah, I see
Maybe
him
like
more.
by a year or two apart in terms of playing duration, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, for some reason, I see Ronaldo as in that category of people who have gotten the most out of their given gifts. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Serena definitely up there too, though, for sure.
And guys, we talk about this. I mean, you give your sense. I'm curious if you will agree, but I love talking about this stuff in terms of longevity with like athletes and whatnot because we call ourselves corporate athletes, right? And I think there's a lot that we can learn from kind of like what they do on a day-to-day basis to be so good at their job or their skill or their sport.
Definitely,
You
definitely.
you agree with that?
I do. I mean, there's just I feel like all these athletes and even corporate athletes, as you will, there's just in my opinion, just there's some sort of extra dedication or discipline. There's some variable there that you're making the most of that's really giving
Yeah,
them that reward in
yeah,
terms of
yeah.
performance and longevity.
You think it's one thing, like one way of doing things, or is there multiple different practices they've put together?
I think it's multiple different practices and consistency. I really think it's just the
Come on, man.
consistency, bro.
I know it's
Co-
Sunday, but you don't have to hit us over the head
But
with the word
but
consistency.
but you
What do you
think
mean
about it.
by that?
But think about it. Like look at like people. Shout out to Kobe, RP, a real one. But you hear people talk about how many hours of practice he was doing, and I don't think.
Yeah.
Yes, it was practice, but really and truly, it was just him staying consistent. That's what practice is. It's building up consistency, getting in the reps,
Mm.
and hey, listen, people put in that time. I'm telling man, results will come.
Mm. All right. So I guess I'm Doogle today and you're coach, right?
Nah, 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 man. I learned a lot of this from you, Doc.
Come on, bro. With that said, give us a little update on your consistency. I know you've been consistently grinding, man. What have you been up to?
Oh man, I'm still in this performance phase of training, if you will. Hitting in 3 to 4 days of CrossFit training specifically, couple days of
Uh-oh.
regular couple regular days of just steady state cardio, trying to get some fat burn in and recovery. I do a lot of recovery also, but right now I'll say an area that I'm actually been inconsistent with. I'm gonna tell one on myself
Uh-oh.
here, coach.
Uh-oh.
Keeping it real, man. My nutrition is off the walls these days, man. I've been struggling.
What's going
My
on?
weakness, my weakness, everybody. The carbs, man. I love me some carbs, man. Rice, potatoes specifically. I could do without the bread, bro. Give me a sandwich and I'll pass. But you put a bowl of rice in front of me with some chicken or something, it's a wrap. I think it's gone. It's like dangling candy in front of like a toddler and be like, "Don't eat it." It's tough. It's real
Literally.
tough. Yeah, it's real tough. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. That's all I can do, man. If you got any tips for the boy, you let me know. People
Well,
out there, if you got tips, you let me know. That rice got me in a vice grip.
that rice got you in a vice grip. Well, let me ask you this: what is happening? Like,
Hmm?
what is happening? Like, are you just adding rice to everything? Are you craving rice? Are you like what's
Oh,
going on?
definitely. I'm craving carbs. I'm in this. I don't know if it's the work. I really have no explanation. I'm trying to just make an answer for myself, but I do crave carbs a lot these days. And I try to eat only 1 to 2 meals a day based on my routine. But when I do eat, definitely crushing some carbs especially this past week. It was a bad week for me.
How do you feel when you eat and don't eat carbs? Do you feel like you've got low energy?
If I don't eat the carbs, I feel pretty good. It's just when I do eat them, I feel heavy, like that
Okay.
heaviness in my movements the day after, like in the gym, heaviness, like
Yeah.
just when I'm like I just don't feel as mobile or vital. I don't know.
So,
I just don't feel that vitality in my movements.
so it actually weighs you down.
Oh, feel like I'm walking through mud. It's a vicious circle. It's a
All right.
vicious circle.
So if it was helping you, there'll be something else. But now we know it's not helping you. Yeah, we gotta.
And a lot of it is probably in my mind. I'm kind of beating myself up like, damn, Douglas, you know you shouldn't have had that bowl of rice, dog. What you doing? You tripping. So that definitely weighs on me too. There's no peace of mind around that for sure. Um, but I do have the ability to say, all right, today I had rice. I'm gonna kind of cool it tomorrow, and kind of like using my chips, if you will. I'm
Yeah,
like, all
yeah,
right,
yeah.
tomorrow I'll do a better job, and I do that. But it's the bouncing back. I'm trying to keep it a little bit more consistent pace instead of having to fall off and come back and fall off and come back.
Yeah, yeah, whiplash effect. What
Yeah.
when you eat it, besides feeling heavy, does it bother your gut at all?
Not really. The gut is fine. Because I'm taking the balance product, so I don't necessarily feel like the bloatiness of it, if that makes any sense.
Hmm.
And I feel like enjoying the meal. It's just that afterwards, I just don't feel that energy that I. Not even energy is a bad word. I'm thinking like I struggled in the gym the day after, man.
Yeah,
my
yeah,
movement kind of, I feel heavy. I just feel
yeah.
heavy.
Keep us posted on that, man. I mean, I'll be curious what obviously we'll talk about what switches you should make, but also why is it that you're craving carbs so much? I think that would be a thing to also
Hmm.
analyze. Like, do you have enough energy to perform the things
Oh,
that you're
definitely.
doing without them, or are you like running in a reservoir? Are you running on reserve, and so your body's seeking that a little bit more? But we'll get that figured out, get that nailed down.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely. I part of it is just I think the temptation is there, and the willpower is kind of I'm relying too much on willpower.
mm. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
You're quitting cigarettes, then go to the corner store.
Exactly. That's a good analogy.
You know, I was off top, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be here all week.
He got bars, people. He got bars.
With that said, man, I'm in a season where I'm actually not even watching my upside in terms of like weight.
Hmm.
I hadn't weighed myself in a really long time, so I've been lifting
Nice.
lifting on a heavier side for the winter. As you know, I go through periods in terms of season, wintertime, a little heavier food, a little bit more strength training, springtime, lighten up a little bit, summertime, get on the fruits and do a little bit more on work outside, a little bit more running, etc. So this season coming into winter, man, I was like, all right, let's see. We're gonna just let the body do what it wants to do, but I'm gearing towards putting on
Hmm.
a little bit more pounds, if you will.
Hmm.
Not necessarily pounds. I say a little bit more strength in general, and
Hmm.
sometimes that's going to require a little bit more eating, right?
Hmm.
So weighed myself today for coming from I think my lightest, which was probably just around my wedding, which
Hmm.
was what a year. That was the 2021. So coming up more a little over a year. I was about 170, 175 ish, right in
Wow.
there,
Where
coming
you
in.
where you sitting at, coach? Where you sitting at?
Coming in here at 225.
Wow. That's some gains, bro.
225.
I realized that shirt was looking kind of snug on the shoulders. Come on, bro.
So
Wow.
that's what I've been doing, but utilizing a lot of the same techniques that you
Mhm.
did, man. I mean, as you know. So whether you're trying to point of that sharing is whether you're trying to maintain, go
Mhm.
down, go up. I mean, these are just manipulation of some key variables to get you there. So
Mhm.
wherever it is that I think a lot of people get caught. and thinking that there's only one way to approach health in general, when the truth of the matter is there's multiple ways, and it is a journey, and it's not one that should be like super restrictive. Like we're not wrestlers here. We don't need a or boxers. We don't need to go and get a weigh in tomorrow before we can do our job. So prioritizing the actual health piece of it rather than just the number on the scale, I think is going to be critical for a lot of people.
I agree. I agree.
With
Man,
with that said, bro, we're already way over time than normal, man. It's conversation's too easy, moving too smooth. Anything else you gotta say before we roll out today?
um, I just wanted to just touch back on consistency real quick. Um, Only because as I was sharing about the struggles I was, I'm going through currently, it dawned on me that um, despite me having my own issues, you just got to keep at it, live to fight another day, keep trying to bounce back. Consistency is not just doing it every day. It's also being able to keep going even after you fail. So that's my word of advice for today, sir.
I appreciate that. I'll take that too. The word was needed today, man. Word was needed today. Quick question for you, man, before we let off. You've been paying attention to what's going on in tech, particularly with the layoffs?
You know what? I had a conversation with my dad about this earlier in the week, and we may have to touch on this offline.
Let's do it.
But yes, I am aware of a lot of these things happening, and technology is growing at a rapid rate, man. A lot of this stuff is being able to do people's work for them. So I think
Wait,
it's only a matter of time.
you think the layoffs are a result of technology or a result of a poor economy?
I think, and this might be an unpopular opinion, but I think they kind
Oh,
of
don't
feed
get
into
canceled.
I think they feed into each other, bro. The poor economy is resulting in companies needing to find better ways to do things at a more affordable rate. Best way to
Mhm,
do that is automation. Automation comes in, people, human resources not needed anymore.
mhm.
Layoffs, money being saved.
All right.
Anyway,
This
uh,
this is this is something we're gonna have to touch back on. I'll be curious to know what you're seeing, like with people just around, just in general, like people you talk to in normal. Kind of how is all this stuff impacting their mental health, but also their health in general.
yeah, I'm sure it's bringing a crazy amount of stress. I think
Yeah,
the fear of the unknown is one of the biggest fears there is out there.
facts.
Yeah, so
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you take care of yourself. It is hard season out there, and unfortunately, I think it's only going to get harder. But doesn't get easier; we get tougher, as it say. Hopefully, that's true. I don't know.
stand strong in the face of adversity, everybody, and keep the fight
Wise
alive.
words. Wise words. Until next time, peace.
Peace.